Good morning, students. Today I will give you the brief explanation of the chapter Deep Water by William O. Douglas. The excerpt Deep Water by William Douglas is an autobiographical account of a childhood misadventure which left an indelible impression on the narrator's mind, means Douglas' mind. It is a first-person account of the event. It has been taken from William Douglas' autobiography, Men in Mountains. Here Douglas recalls the moment when he decided firmly to learn swimming. He was about 10 or 11 years old. He chose the pool at YMCA, means Young Men's Christian Association, in Yakima, which was offering the opportunity to him. As his mother's warning about the Yakima River kept him away to learn swimming there. YMCA pool was safe at the shallow end and it was deep 9 feet at the other end. The drop was gradual. Douglas has a pair of water wings. Douglas started swimming over there. Earlier he had developed a great aversion, means his dislike to water. Why? It was because when he was 3 years old, he was knocked down and buried by a wave at a beach in California. He was with his father. His father had taken it lightly and he was laughing at that time. But terror struck his heart. Whose? Douglas' heart. Later, YMCA pool revived unpleasant and memories. Gradually, practice helped Douglas shaking off his fear of water. Then a misadventure happened. One day, while sitting alone and waiting for others at the pool, a big boy came and threw him at the other end of the pool, which was 9 feet deep. Douglas swallowed water and went straight to the bottom. While he was going to the bottom, Douglas was frightened but not out of his wits. He planned as soon as he touched to the bottom, he would try to come to the surface. He would lie flat on the water. Finally, he would paddle to the edge of the pool. Those 9 feet seemed to him more than 90. When he hit the bottom, he gathered all his strength. He made a great spring upwards, but he came up rather slowly. He tried to cry, but no sound. He was suffocating. His legs were paralyzed and rigid. He tried 3 times, but all his efforts were vain. He crossed to oblivion, means he forgot everything. Nothing there was only water around him. When he woke up, he found himself lying on his stomach beside the pool. He was vomiting, and the boy who threw him into the pool, he was laughing and he said that he was only joking. This event made him deprived from all the water sports, canoeing, fishing, boating. He never tried to go to the pool or the river. He avoided water. Even whenever he went near water, the terror seized him. His legs got paralyzed. The fear stayed with him as the years rolled by. But one day he decided that anyhow he had to learn swimming and overcame his fear of water. He hired an instructor and the instructor taught him swimming piece by piece. What did the instructor do? This is a very important question here. How the instructor made a swimmer out of Douglas. So what did he do? He put a belt around Douglas. A rope attached to the belt went through a pulley On each trip across the pool, a bit of panic seized him. It was 3 months before the tension began to disappear. Then he taught the narrator, means Douglas, how to put his face under water and exhale, and then he learned how to raise his nose and inhale. He repeated the exercise hundreds of times. Next, the instructor taught him how to kick with his legs. For weeks, he did just that. At first, his legs refused to work, but finally, he could command them. He could have the strength that he could swim by himself. At last, the instructor made him a real swimmer. But he still feared to be alone in the pool. This went on until July. So he went to Lake Wentworth and dived off a dock at Triggs Island. He swam 2 miles across the lake to Stamp Act Island. The fear fled and he swam on. Finally, he had conquered his fear of water. It was a unique experience for the narrator. It left a deep imprint on his mind. He could never forget it. It had a deep meaning for him. He had experienced both the feelings, the sensation of dying and the terror that fear can produce. So dear students, what did we learn from this lesson? That how the narrator overcame his fear of water and learned swimming with sheer determination and willpower. He had developed a terror of water since childhood. But once he took courage, the fear vanished. Actually, most of our fears are baseless. Fear creates dangers where there is none. This chapter confirms the proverbial truth that where there is a will, there is a way. So I want that go through the lesson explanation, listen it carefully, revise the word meanings which I have posted you yesterday and main points of the lesson.